Finally, this overworked guy get free time to let us see our daughter-in-law. He chuckled when she passed sarcasm to her own son. She then looked at you while smiling softly. It's been a year and we were yearning to see both of you. I'm so happy that you guys came. Sorry mom, actually Jungkook wanted to come but because of his busy schedule, he always get works in middle. You said defending your beloved husband. That means he's not even taking care of you, right? Jungkook remained silent as he was aware of his mother's taunts. You have become her favorite person since you came in this house. She cared about you more than her own son. Maybe because she is aware that her son is not a chill guy and is a workaholic, so he might not give you the time you deserve. She always tries to light up your mood, but she doesn't know that you are happy. You like Jungkook the way he is because he is so mature and understanding person. There's nothing like that, mom. Even after being so busy, Jungkook makes sure to spare some time for me. Oh, really? I believe if you're saying it. Jungkook looked at his mother unbelievably. Why you always think I am the evil? Jungkook's father took this chance. Don't worry son, I'm also in the same category according to her. We men always portray evil. He paused when he noticed a death glare from his wife. He laughed awkwardly. Chagia, I was just saying, I know what you were trying to say. You never leave a chance, right? You look down smiling because they both are still like newlyweds and these cute fights are the sign of their strong love. At least don't start today, it's your anniversary, he said, being done by his parents' fights. That's our style of showing love. Don't be jealous of us, okay? Jungkook was speechless after his father's statement while you couldn't help yourself from laughing. Why would I be jealous? Forget it. Let's cut the cake, it's getting late. Alright, but I'm really mad at you guys. You should have stayed here for one day at least. Sorry mom, tomorrow I have a meeting. It's important and I have to go. You always have an excuse. We don't eat your wife that you never leave her for one day. Jungkook looked at you and then again turned his eyes towards his mother. She has recently joined her job. How can she stay here? We'll definitely come back soon and let's go on a family trip together. The couple smiled. Sure, now let's go and finish the celebration. You guys at least stay till dinner. He nodded and walked away with your mother-in-law while Mr. John and Jungkook walked behind. You got an understanding wife. Hope you are taking good care of her. He smiled and walked ahead while Jungkook stood there for some time. The drive was silent. You were biting your nails looking outside the window while your head was resting against the window. There was something nagging your mind from so long and you were looking for a chance to tell him. Don't you know it's not a good habit to bite your nails? You immediately mentally facepalm yourself and slowly bring your hand down, feeling a bit nervous, embarrassed. I know you want to spend more time with mom, but I'm sorry. You slowly turn your face towards him while his eyes are focused on the road. It's okay, this gave me a chance to go on a family trip. At least four of us will spend some time together. He didn't say anything. You will be free, right? You doubted when he didn't say anything. Not till next month, but after that I can take some time off. That would work too. By that time, school will be closed because of vacations. Again, there was a silence, and you were just looking at him. Actually, you just get lost in him. He may seem tough and cold from outside, but he's a soft and kind hearted person. How can you hide such things from me? You looked down while he was literally so mad and heartbroken. Is this because you think I'm not good enough or I'm just not important in your life that you just don't trust me? You quickly looked at him. You saw in his eyes he was so sad. It was the past, Jungkook. I didn't want it to come in middle. Don't make excuses now. If two people decide to love each other, they never step back to share about their past, future, anything. It's just depend on how important you think they are. You felt your heart clenching. You never thought he would be so mad and took this thing so seriously. I was working with the person who gave you a terrible past. Just because of him, you became the person you never were and you let it happen. And you saw it happening as if it never happened. Do you still love him that his presence doesn't boil your blood? Were you happy to see me working with him? If I knew about it, I would have never let it happen. I'm not sure what's the reason, but I don't forgive such people. I didn't want to interfere in your work, and it's not like I have any ties connected to him. You held his hand, but he removed your hands. But I don't see that. He walked away from there as he was so much hurt and angry at this time. He doesn't realize anything and drove off, leaving you there. You looked down as a tear left from your eyes. You knew that he's hurt because just now he came to know that the guy he was partnering with and think great about was your ex-boyfriend who treated you terribly. You changed completely after that. He was so toxic and mentally tortured you. It took you years to again believe in love and all that because of Jungkook. He's cold, but only you know how understanding and supportive man he is. He's someone who believes in deep love, love that you don't need to show to others that yes, you are in love. They themselves get to know that yes, they both truly loves each other. He was hurt that you didn't tell him about this guy. Actually, he gets to know about it when you were in the hospital for a body checkup, and that nurse turned out to be one of your good friends from college. She started talking about Sam, who was your boyfriend. She was happy that you finally get your true love that you deserve. Jungkook was curious, so he asked her why she said that. You wanted to stop her, but she told him everything, and that made Jungkook disappointed on you for not telling anything about it. There was one more thing that you found out, and that was you're pregnant. But you told her not to deliver this news to Jungkook because you wanted to tell him by yourself. But now this happened. The weather was already cloudy and the rain started. People started running around trying to find a shed to prevent themselves from getting wet, but you didn't even notice that you were drenching in the rain. You never saw Jungkook more disappointed than he was today. He loves you deeply and cares about you. Only he knows how he made you overcome from the trauma without even knowing that you are hiding such a big thing from him. He would never work with someone who hurt you. He was happy when the man who was traumatized you were around him. He wouldn't have worked with him to begin with. He can't do anything because it was your choice. You realized it late that living with him only gives you trauma, and he was so toxic, but he at least never worked with him if he knew he's the same person. You lowered your head and sobs left from your mouth. Tears were mixing with the drops of rain. Jungkook stopped his car in front of his mansion. He rested his head against the steering wheel. He doesn't realize he left you all alone standing on the street. It hit him when he noticed it was raining. His heart dropped because he left you there. He quickly took out his phone and dialed your number, but it was out of network. He knew you were mature enough that you will find a shed for yourself to hide. He quickly started his car engine again and drove off. When Jungkook finally reached there, he noticed there was a crowd on the place you were standing earlier. People were calling someone and they looking worried. He came out of the car as his heart started to beat so fast. He quickly came near the crowd and heard people talking about some woman fainted. They were calling an ambulance. He walked in between the crowd and saw you lying on the road unconscious. His eyes widened, only he knows how terrible his heart was pondering. He quickly lifted your upper body before taking you in his arms. Ryan, a woman looked at him. Is she your wife? Jungkook was literally crying. Yes, he quickly picked you up and ran towards the car. You looked down, avoiding eye contact with Jungkook. Your hands were being held by him gently, yet the grip was tight as if he will never let you go away. I'm sorry. You lift up your eyes and notice his eyes were moist. Now I know why all this is happening. I don't deserve it. Who would like to open up with a person like me? How can I expect the other person to change when I'm the one who needs to change? You are perfect the way you are. I'm sorry for everything. It's just I thought it wasn't important now, that's why I didn't tell you anything. And also, I know you come to know about my pregnancy. Actually, I was planning to tell you by myself. I wasn't trying to hide it. I understand, and I'm not at all hurt because of that. About Sam. He slowly lifted up his head. I just forget him like a nightmare because I would have never healed if I still keep him with my memories. According to me, you replaced all those bad memories into good ones. I only want to live in them. If you think you have forgotten him, I'm happy, but I would never let that person even walk around you who has done that to you. I respect your choice, and you are right, it was past. I know you have sorted out things and that's why it doesn't bother you, but I'm not like this, Ryan. I may look unbothered, I may sound like I don't care, but I can never see my loved ones in pain. Neither I can tolerate the people who hurt them in any way. You nodded. I promise you that I will never let anything keep hidden from you. He nodded, then he slowly put his hand on your stomach and caressed it lovingly. Everything will going to change now. Our family has already started. He smiled and nodded as you see a tear escape from his eyes. Still, I'm so sorry, Ryan. I shouldn't have done that. Please forgive me. It's okay as long as it was not intentional. I would never do that. He thought you are hurt, but you chuckled. I know you will never. On this occasion of this happy news, let's celebrate. You smiled and nodded excitedly. How about we go for a candlelight dinner? He chuckled and nodded. Anything you say. Really? Then how if I drive to the restaurant? He got up and started collecting your medicine before putting them inside the bag. Except this. You pouted and scrunched your nose.